back again, part 2 of Sundays, May 18th, something like that. So I had a very important phone call to answer, so I had to stop the video. This is how I do videos. Nothing's perfect. My hair's not combed. The little bit I do have. Gonna stay in the troll mode. So we're talking about people with mental disorders and how they handle it and how they don't handle it. I mean, I don't know. My story is of the receiving end of how to get through or move past certain situations based upon one's mental capacity, I guess you could call it, and how foreign they are to your language versus how foreign you are to their language, how the communication, there is sometimes a barrier because people talk differently. And so coming to the realization of how much stress this person was under, having to deal with the energy I was providing for them versus the energy they're used to, causes a lot of stress and anxiety, so on and so forth. So what comes out of it isn't usually what you expect. Not knowing how severe this person was up until further experience, my expectations would have been, oh, this is so great, but it wasn't so great. Not for this person, because when you come to the realizations that you've been dealing with all the wrong people most of your life, and who's to say the wrong? Everybody's in a learning pattern here, it seems like. And depending on your challenges that you have, depending on your path, will dictate how you act towards certain situations, I've noticed. What path you're on, how you're brought up, things you've been around, just all the experiences bundled up in one creates who you are, so therefore you act as who you are. Now, if you're one that's sneaky and likes to just blend in and be that sneaky person, that's who you are, you know. If you want to be upfront all the time and just be forward as possible, just to keep people in the knowing, that's a way of communicating, letting people know there are boundaries. You might want to just, you know, be a certain way with me and call it good, you know. I mean, I've had to do that. Why shouldn't other people? I had an ideal image of how things would be with me and this person, and understand their reality of what they have to go through in order to receive this type of energy. It's a lot of work, and I've come to that realization, so I don't feel so bad about the situation or the relationship, because I felt like maybe I was a helper in the fact of looking at life differently and doing something different. You can lead somebody in the direction, but you can't make them make the motion to make that change. You just have to hold space for that person to allow them to process what they need to process, and continue your path, you know. I'm one of those people that doesn't need to know everything. I just need to feel everything. That's how I've been most of my life. There are some people that need to know everything. They're just so obsessed with learning, and it's fine. That helps the mind, but my mind is where my disease lives. And if I mess with it too much, it fucks me over. It really does. So I kind of stay clear of that. Using my mind to like do my job at work, I mean, that's imperative. But using it for other things like logical scenarios I do have to use it for sometimes, but when I get that intuitive feeling that something's not right or something is right, then I move upon that more than I do logic, because logic is kind of pre-programmed in a sense, and I recognize that now. And so what appears to be the right way of living could be the total opposite, if that makes any sense. What we are programmed to do and how to live, there's a big red flag in my mind about that. I'm lucky I have a judicial system that reaps off my money rather than my lifestyle. Of course, my lifestyle did create the money situation, but they're not being picky about the way I choose to live or where I choose to live, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I'm not having others influence me or having others, because everybody drinks and owns a gun in Utah. Well, not everybody, but most people either do one or the other or both. So knowing that, and knowing that I'm not going to be able to get a place unless I get a huge fat raise from work, a place of my own. It'll always be like renting a room type deal for me, because I don't make a lot of money, you know. It's just how it is. So yeah, it's been a process this weekend, because I know my time's short. I got like a week to go, and I'm allowing my mind kind of overrun stuff here and there. And it was getting so exhausting for me yesterday, I just had to lay down and take a nap. I just had to go in the back seat and crash out. I think I woke up like at 8 o'clock at night and had to go charge my monitor. So I went to the lobby, ate some noodles, watched a movie while I was charging my monitor, my usual routine. Didn't take a shower though. Usually I always take a shower, but I did absolutely nothing yesterday that would have made me, besides old dead skin from the day before. I mean, that's it. So, but so like I said, one more week on this, and I think because I'll get off this Sunday morning, I'll probably take a drive out to my dad's, see if we can tune up this car. Ava's been a great car. It's my home. She's my home. Yeah, so I'm still moving through the processes, and actually wrote my gratitude book. I've been writing in it. I went from every day for like 2 months to now I do it like once a week. And sometimes there's really short passages, sometimes there's really long passages. I definitely got to stay grateful for everything I do have. I still got my drum kit, and I'm itching to play that. I'm ready to hit the drums again. Anytime I get to where I really want to play drums, I'll just bring my drumsticks in here and beat on my dashboard and play along with music and work on rudiments, and which I'm not good at, which is funny because I've been playing forever, but you know, yeah, typical Capricorn here. Do things our way. So yeah, it's a great rainy day today. I love the energy. It's kind of a lower vibe, but it's a high entrance to what's going to become very beautiful out here. Utah is a beautiful place. And yeah, so life is so weird, right? It's fun. But I'm going to close this segment out. I just thought I'd touch on that topic of mental illness and relationships, and what to look forward to through my experiences, and maybe a little more understanding towards those who are facing these challenges. We just need to uplift each other, you know. If there's a light in the tunnel, uplift that light. It's the only thing we got to survive this. So namaste to you, because the weirdness in me honors and uplifts the weirdness in you. Have a great Sunday, y'all.